back here on KZSU 90.1 FM. Card take the first 25-21 as they finish the set hitting 216, 13 kills, 5 hitting errors, 37 swings, 4 blocks. Texas, 14 kills, 44 swings, 6 errors. Here's the big takeaway. The serving from both teams. Stanford had 2 service errors within the first 4 points, none since. In the 4 Texas losses this season, they've had double-digit service errors. They already have 5 in this game. The block from Texas was big within the first 12 points of the game. Silent the last half of the set. Ajanaku finishes with 4 kills to lead the card. Ebony Wanabu leads all players with 5. Teams will switch sides here in the second. Longhorns now in front of us here for the second. Remember, it's best of 25, or best of 5 sets. You play to 25 and you have to win by 2. Stanford takes the first set and are 2 sets away from a national championship. Ajanaku trying to go out on top. Can she do it? We'll find out here. Teams are back out on the court. Collins will go back to serve for Texas. Once again, I'm Jimmy Garcia, live from the national championship. Columbus, Ohio, we're here at the Nationwide Arena. The Stanford fans are now right behind the Longhorns, trying to cause them some issues. Collins serving the lefty, just gets it over. Plummer, Gray, back out to Plummer. McCoy can't dig. Card go up by 1. Big swing from the left side. Plummer lined up and just ripped it. 3 kills, only 1 error so far for her. 9 swings in the game. Jenna Gray back to serve. Card in the tall small already with Lutz up front with Ajanaku and Plummer. Hence, Holland McKenna. Gray back to serve. McCoy for Collins. Wanabu off the block. McKenna can't dig it out as Gray throws a hand at it. Wanabu picks up her 6th of the game. Ebony Wanabu at 6'4", maybe the most intimidating player in the nation at the moment. She's so tall and so athletic, able to hit around everything. Roundsonville goes back to serve. Plummer with a nice dig. Gray for Lutz, gets it to go. Card ran a bit of an X right there as Ajanaku and Lutz both go up, and the block of Texas is selling out on Ajanaku and Lutz, able to get a nice swing down there. There were points in the Minnesota game and already in the first set of this one where the opponent will throw 3 players at Ajanaku as Plummer sends it long. Service error, tied up at 2 here in the second. McCoy going back to serve. The libero will serve from the near left corner. The Let's Go Stanford chant actually here tonight. Hence with a good dig. Gray, the slide. Ajanaku ripping it down off the slide. Inky with her 5th kill. 3 blocks, leads all players as well. Stanford was down 2-0 against Wisconsin in Madison, and were able to mount one of the biggest comebacks and one of the best comebacks in tournament history. Back to action. Collins out for Wanabu, and she's able to pick up a big kill there. Stopping Wanabu is going to be a tall order, as she already has 7 kills on 12 swings, no hitting errors, hitting .583. She'll go back to serve near right corner. Just gets it over. Plummer. Gray out to Lutz. Block is there. Morgan, Johnson, and Makeo White combine. 4-3, Longhorns go up 1. The Cardinal block didn't come around until late in the first. Can they get them into the game here early? Ajanaku on the bench now. Wanabu serving. Plummer. Gray. Fitzmaurice. Wanabu able to dig. They're going to bump set McKay White. She just 3 balls it over. Lutz for Gray. Fitzmaurice. Dug out by Roundsonville. Collins will set. 3-balling it over was Wanabu. Miscommunication. Hence has to bump set Vonyak. The block's there, but she hits around it and McCoy can't dig. 4-4. And right there the card got lucky as Vonyak did a nice job of hitting around the block. 4-4 here in the second. Teams have sort of started to finish feeling each other out as far as how the teams are going to play in their styles. Humphries back to serve. McCoy struggles. Collins is going to go for the dump. Humphries read it but couldn't get it up in the air. And the point goes to Texas. Collins picks up her second kill. Gray has 2 as well. Micaiah White going back to serve near middle part of the court. The leading killer for Texas tosses her high arcing serve up. Hence unable to dig. Service ace. And that is what happens when you get that big serve to fall. She had 2 errors in the first, but landed it there and hence couldn't dig it. White gonna serve it again from the same spot. With one hand, she tosses it high in the air. Sends it into the net, service error. And so that's what we said by the risk of that serve, as Holland McKenna will come in the game for Vonyak and go back to serve. Stanford's best chance to take over is when Wanabu's on the bench, and she is right now. McKenna with a good serve. McCoy, Collins, Johnson, stuffed by Plummer, saved. Play at the net, overpass. Gray, Humphries will set out to Plummer. Off the block, hard, get the kill. Tied up at 6. Kelsey Humphries actually was the starting setter for the Cardinal at the beginning of this season before relinquishing the job to Jenna Gray, who has now become the full-time setter as the Cardinal moved from a 6-2 rotation to a 5-1. McKenna with another good serve. Collins out to Sarame, and she mishits it. Point to the card, Jared Elliott up on his feet, yelling at the referee for that one. And they're going to give it to Texas after the line judge reverses the call. 7-6. As Yasmin Bedarani comes in the game for Texas at the net. 6-4. Johnson just gets it over. McKenna. Gray out to Fitzmaurice. Big swing dug out, but it goes out of bounds as Dalton was unable to get a good look at it. 7-7. This is going to be a tough, hard-fought match as Ajanaku comes back in. Look for the card to either set for her and look for her to come up with a big block here. Fitzmaurice back to serve, far middle part of the court. Dalton for Collins. Near side, Sarame. Ajanaku able to dig, saved. Gray out to Plummer. Blocks there. White able to dig. Collins, and 3-balling it over will be McCoy. McKenna. Gray, Ajanaku, slide. White able to get a hand on it, hitting around. Card recover. Gray out to Plummer. 1-on-1, she gets the kill. It was a weird overpass, but it was a nice save on Texas. Sarame had to hit around the antenna. Great save, but the Card go up 1-8-7. Stanford hitting 500 right now in this set. Fitzmaurice back to serve. She's been awesome today. Sarame, Dalton, back out for Prieto. Sarame, Plummer gets a hand on it. Overpass saved by Collins. Prieto Sarame hitting around the block. Mishits it. Out of bounds. Point to the Card. 9-7 Stanford. Head coach Jared Elliott's going to call time. We'll take our first here on KZSU 90.1 FM. I'm Jimmy Garcia. This is the National Championship being presented to you. Once again, thanks for listening, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Nikki Sullivan, Sports Director for KZSU. On behalf of our team, I want to personally thank all of you for listening to and supporting KZSU. Broadcasting live sports is an incredible opportunity for us, and we do it for you, the Stanford community. We have to travel all across the country and set up our gear at hostile stadiums, and we work hard so you can follow the teams you love. You can show us some love by donating. Just go to kzsu.stanford.edu and click the donate link at the top of the page. And keep on listening on 90.1 FM in the Bay Area or online at kzsulive.stanford.edu. Thanks for tuning in, and go Stanford!
The Go Stanford chant actually in effect tonight. The Nationwide Arena is popping as the Card are up 1-0 and up 9-7 here in the second. Stanford with no blocks so far in this set, but their offense has looked fantastic. 7 kills on 12 swings, 1 hitting error. Texas has 4 kills, 8 swings, 1 hitting error, hitting .375. Texas is one of the best hitting teams in the nation, and Minnesota was number 4 in the tournament before the Cardinals shut them down where they held them to 122. Back to action, Fitzmaurice with a good serve, McCoy, Collins, outside, dug out by Fitzmaurice, Gray, Plummer, McCoy able to dig, Collins will set, Prieto Sarame, roll shot, dug out by Humphreys, Gray to Plummer, blocks there, but it goes out of bounds. 3-point lead, 10-7. It's a much different look from both teams. This Stanford team very serious, but very energetic. Texas right now is dead silent. Wannabu silent on the bench right now. Overpass off the serve. Fitzmaurice, Gray, Ajanaku, roll shot, able to go. Her 6th kill of the game. No hitting errors for her. 11-7 Card. Fitzmaurice controlling the service line. Another good one down here, Sarame. Collins will have to set back for Prieto Sarame, but she's blocked by Gray. The setter going up big. 5-point lead. Jared Elliott's going to call timeout. Stanford up by 5, trying to make it 2-0. We're going to keep it here for the timeout. Stanford comes into the game the youngest team to ever reach the Final Four with 12 underclassmen, and now the youngest team to ever compete for a national championship. This Cardinal team going for their 7th all-time. Stanford hasn't won a national championship since 2004, and they haven't been in the championship game since 2008 when they lost to Penn State. That rivalry went 3 straight years, and the Cardinal unable to get around those great coached Russ Rose teams. But this is a different team this year for Stanford. There was a lot of uncertainty coming into this season. Stanford really thought the offense would be their best part, but the defense has been what has had to fuel this team to victories, as the absence of Haley Hodson has now brought out the shining stars in Catherine Plummer and Adriana Fitzmaurice. Hodson's absence has given way for Plummer to really develop on the outside. And while the Cardinals are going to miss Ajanaku a lot next season, Inky wants to go out a national champion. Kelsey Humphreys, the other senior, we were actually able to interview her during the season at Maples, and we asked her what her plans were for after the season. She said she was still unsure, but that she said she would figure it out after she came away a champion. We're going to try to hold her to that one here. Stanford's in good position to keep this lead. They're up 12-7 here in the second. 1-0. Back to action. Adriana Fitzmaurice controlling the service line. Far right corner. Sends it long. Service error, and just like that, Texas gets the side out, and they're bringing in Wannabu. Stanford was on teams were tied up at Texas was up 7-6 before Stanford rattled off 6 straight. Great run by them. Collins back to serve. This is a good blocking unit with Sarame, Wannabu, and Bedarani at the net. Collins back to serve, just gets it over. McKenna, Gray, Ajanaku, slide, gets the kill to go as the block was there, but it goes out of bounds and off the antenna. 13-8 Card. Stanford back to the true tall small as Humphreys comes out for Lutz. Ajanaku, Lutz, and Plummer up front. Holland McKenna, Morgan Henson, Jenna Gray. Back to serve Gray, far right corner. Prieto Sarame for Collins. Near side Wannabu, and she gets the kill. She's able to hit around the block. At 6'4", she may be one of the few players in the nation that can hit around this big Stanford block. Texas has been down big before. They actually faced 2 match points against BYU in the Sweet 16. Gray, Plummer outside the blocks there. They get the kill, or Micaiah White able to block Plummer. It was a poor set, and now it's 13-10. 4 blocks for Texas, 2 in this set. Head coach John Dunning, who received the AVCA Head Coach of the Year award, will call time here, probably just to settle down his team and to really get a nice play drawn up off the serve. We're going to take a timeout here on KZSU. I'm Jimmy Garcia. Thanks for listening. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Nikki Sullivan with KZSU Sports. Like what you're hearing and want to ask for more? Have a question about KZSU Sports or a suggestion for improvement? Let us know. You can send an email to sports@kzsu.stanford.edu or contact us via our Facebook page, KZSU Sports. You can also always give us a call at 650-723-9010. So send us an email, let us know via Facebook, or give us a call at 650-723-9010. We always love hearing from you. And now let's get back to the action and go Cards!
Back here on KZSU 90.1 FM, I'm Jimmy Garcia. Stanford's up 1-0. This is the national championship game. No more games left to play. It's all or nothing. And that's sort of the way Stanford's been playing this season, or the latter half of this year and their last few games. Texas right now down by 3, but have gotten 3 straight points as Roundsville's back to serve. McKenna, Gray, out to Plummer. Dug out. Micaiah White has to bump set McCoy. She'll just hit it over. McKenna, Gray, Ajanaku over the big block of Bedardani and Wanaboo. Inky, 8 kills, 11 swings. The big number for her, 0 hitting errors. Stanford's hitting 304 to the Longhorns, 196. Plummer back to serve. Puts a good one down here. Roundsville struggles. Collins from the back line will set White. It's around the block. Roll shot. Hence, Gray, Vonyak. Blocks there. Dug out by Roundsville. Collins, play at the net. Point to the Longhorns off of a net violation on Moretta Lutz. She got a little too greedy trying to go up, and that might be the biggest height differential you're ever going to see. Collins at 5'7", Lutz at 6'8". Over a foot difference in the two players. 14-11. As McCoy will be serving from the near right corner. The libero just gets it over. Hence, Gray, a Joniku slide. McCoy able to dig. Collins is going to set near side for White. And she's able to rip it around the block. 14-12. Texas hitting .333 in the set. Stanford still only has 1 block. The block came in handy big in the first set. Late, can they come around big here? Stanford needs this side out. Good serve, Hence. Gray, the slide. Ajanaku has to hit it around. Roundsville able to dig. Collins out to Wanaboo. And she's able to get the kill on the outside. 1-point game. Wanaboo and Ajanaku going back and forth with the big swings. Ebony Wanaboo with 9 kills, no hitting errors. Ajanaku 8 kills, no hitting errors. McCoy serving from the near right corner. Vonyak struggles. Gray able to save it. Bump set out to Vonyak. Roundsville able to dig. Collins out to Wanaboo. Plummer able to get a hand on it. Gray will bump set Vonyak. She's going to push it over. Collins. McCoy will bump set Wanaboo. Big swing dug out by Lutz. Gray out to Vonyak. Roundsville able to dig. Collins comes a long way to set it for White. She hits it over the block. Point to Texas. They're going to call a touch. Tied game at 14. Interesting call. I didn't think they got it. McCoy has killed the Cardinal with her serving today. Stanford needs the side out. We're all tied up. They're starting to feel it. Hence, Gray, Ajanaku, Roundsonville digs. The set for White. Off the block, out of bounds. Longhorns go up 1. They were down by 5 and have made a comeback. They were down 13-7 against BYU. Head coach John Dunning taking a timeout here, 15-14. Stanford's block has gone a little bit quiet as Texas's attack has come up big. Wannabu now with 9 kills on 16 swings. Prieto Sarame leading all players with 22 attacks. She has 8 hitting errors. All of the hitting errors for Texas so far. That just speaks volumes to how the rest of the team's been playing and how Stanford has really struggled with Ebony Wannabu so far in this one. Texas already has 2 big blocks, and they have one more dig at 28-27. This is a very close second set, as Stanford's up 1-0. We knew it was going to be a battle, and the Cardinal, being so young, are susceptible to these big runs from other teams. Let's see if they can respond. Plummer hitting .250, 6 kills on 16 swings, 2 hitting errors so far. Really hasn't gotten a ton to go. Lutz, Vonyak, been pretty quiet, and Fitzmaurice with no blocks. Only 2 kills, 8 swings so far, no errors. But it's been kind of silent for her. And right now, Wannabu and Makaya White have 16 kills between the two of them with no hitting errors. And Texas is starting to raise that percentage up. They're at .250 right now. Stanford's at .274. Texas finished the game against Nebraska with 8 hitting errors, so they're already going to most likely finish with more here today, as I don't expect them to have none. But Kat McCoy right now giving the Cardinal a lot of issues serving. We're back to action here at the Nationwide Arena. A national championship game. We're here in the second. McCoy serving. Hence, Gray. Ajanaku's going to slide. McCoy able to dig. Bad set. Collins out for Wannabu. Hence gets a hand on it. Plummer. Bump set. Still at play at the net. And they're stuffed. Cardinal get the point as Vonyak was just fighting and scrapping with Ebony Wannabu. 15-15. That's just the hard-nosed play that you have to get in a game of this magnitude. The Carter best when Wannabu's on the bench, but it's tough for them to get there. Service error. Plummer with a bad serve there. Wannabu's going to go back to serve. 16-15. Neither team serving very well. Stanford has 5 errors with no aces. And Texas has 1 ace, 6 errors. Almost make it 7, just gets over. Plummer will set. Vonyak. She mishits it. Point to Texas. It's 17-15. Stanford looks like they may ask for a challenge. Let's see what the call is. Head coach John Dunning talking with the referee. They're kind of walking back to where his seat is. They're not going to call the challenge. Or will they? They are going to call. Challenge taken by head coach John Dunning, as Vonyak may have got that one in on the back line. Play is under review. The ball just has to catch the back line. It looked like it may have been out. He may also be looking for a little bit of a touch there. This is a crucial point as it stands at 17-15 versus 16-16 with Wannabu serving. Both teams have 24 assists, as Collins has 19, Gray has 18. Texas is pretty sure that they got that one, but nonetheless, it looked like it may have caught the back line. 17-15, the Cards were down by a few in the first before going on a big run defensively. Stanford only has 1 block here in the second, way down from their normal average. Let's see if they can retool the block here, as right now Wannabu is just getting all she can have at the net. Very long under review play, as it was that close. Referee's going to come back, deliberate for a few seconds, and they are going to give the point to Texas. 17-15, Wannabu back to serve. Can the Cardinal get back in it? They need a block desperately. Can they get a big kill here and get the side out to get a Janaku back in? Or to bring in Kelsey Humphreys in the rotation. Wannabu gets a good one down here. Plummer, Gray, Fitzmaurice, Rosenville saves it. Wannabu 3-balling it over. Hence, Gray, Fitzmaurice, hit back over. Gray saves it. Hence will bump set Vonyak. Blocks there, roll shot. Plummer able to dig. Out for Vonyak. Hitting around the block. McCoy able to dig. Collins will set. White. She's blocked down by Fitzmaurice. There's the block. Adriana Fitzmaurice is number 2 in blocks this season behind Inkia Janaku. And if Fitzmaurice plays a little bit more, she's on pace to break the all-time block record here at Stanford already in one season, nearly at 200. Humphreys in the game to serve. It's a good one. McCoy has to 3-ball it over. Humphreys, Gray with a dump, dug out. Collins out to White. Off the block. Hence can't save it. 18-16 Longhorns. Gray with the right idea, but Texas sniffed it out. Micaiah White back to serve. Wannabu on the bench. Good opportunity for Stanford now. White with the big serve. Let's see if she can land it here or send it into the net. Tosses it up. Into the net it goes. Service error. Just had quite a few of those today. And Stanford right now within 18-17. Holland McKenna in the game to serve. The sophomore played libero last season, now just in there to play defense, and has gotten so good at that position this season. McKenna from the far left corner. Dalton for Collins. Johnson stuffed by Plummer and Fitzmaurice. The freshman get it to go. 18-18. Here comes the block. McKenna with another good serve. Dalton. Collins is going to dump. Dug out by Humphreys. Gray. Fitzmaurice gets the kill. Card go back up by 1. Micaiah White unable to dig. Stanford regains the lead with a Janaku on the bench. McKenna serving from the far left corner. McCoy. Collins. Sarame. Off the block. Hard recover. Hence. Gray. Plummer. Gets it to go as she finds the back line. Texas let it go as they thought it might sail, but Stanford goes up 20-18. The AVCA Freshman of the Year picks up her 7th kill of the game. McKenna, far left corner. Dalton struggles. Collins will bump set Sarame. Blocks there, roll shot dug out by the back line. Gray, Fitzmaurice, hits it. Oh, they're going to give her the point off of a touch. 21-18. Bench is going crazy. Can the Card finish out the second? Whistle's blown as the ball people kind of left one slide onto the court. Back to action, McKenna. Sarame struggles. Collins back out for Prieto. Sarame dug out easily by McKenna. Gray will bump it on the outside for Plummer. Roll shot. Finds the bottom of the court. Card up by 4, 22-18. Plummer with 8 kills. She's hitting .333, 4 digs, 2 assists for her. They're hitting .351 in this set, keeping Ebony Wannabu on the sideline. Holland McKenna serving again, far left corner. McCoy, Collins from the back line going White. Hence able to dig. Gray will hit it over. White with a nice clean dig. From the back line she'll go. Humphreys able to dig. Gray, Fitzmaurice, White with a nice dig on the back line. Collins for Sarame. Hence with a huge dig. Humphreys bump set. Plummer gets the kill on the outside. She's pumped up. 23-18. Here come the Card, the freshman. Electric, hence with some of the best digs we've seen all season. Holland McKenna controlling the service line. 2 points away from going up 2-0. Prieto Sarame, Collins for White. And she's able to rip it down up the middle. As Yasmin Bedard-Hani is going to come in the game for Kat McCoy as Johnson will go back to serve. The unit with 4 freshmen, a sophomore and a senior, getting it done. Johnson with a good serve. McKenna. Gray. Fitzmaurice gets the kill to go as the block goes out of bounds. Set point here in the second. Can the Card go up 2-0 here in the national championship game? Ajoniku's in the game. Stanford with 18 kills, 41 swings, 3 errors here. Fitzmaurice with a good serve. Dalton. Collins on the back line. They push it over. Ajoniku with a recovery. The Card get the point. Off the net violation. They're 1 set away from bringing home a national championship. What a crazy play as Stanford goes up 2 sets to none. We're going to take a timeout here on KZSU. 10-minute break in between the second and the third set, which means we're going to play some PSAs and such, and we will be back for the third set as well as first 2 set analysis as the Card go for their 7th national championship. I'm Jimmy Garcia. You're listening to KZSU 90.1 FM. We'll be back after some short messages. Thanks for all, and go Card.